So after fixing the breeding issue and ensuring piglet survival, at the same time getting my animals to grow uniformly, I was very confident because the next step was natural. You get a lot of profits. But that's where I was wrong. I got walk-in customers every now and then, so maybe one a week or two a week. But when it came to bulk buyers, it was a different game altogether. And this is where I was heartbroken, but at the same time, I saw hope in pig farming. When I got in contact with bulk buyers, they were all asking how many tons of pigs I had, and I didn't have in tons, so I could not supply them because they said they couldn't move their trucks since it didn't make economic sense for them. That's where lesson number 1 comes in. Find your marketing niche and start building the channels. Now, again with bulk buyers, I noticed that if you did not fix your problem in step 3, as we discussed, when they come and see your animals, they will just tell you that these animals are not big enough, and so they don't get to buy them. And the animals stay on your farm and they keep eating up your profits. The next thing I also noticed about bulk buyers is that some of them were scam buyers. So they come to your farm and somehow they know how to adjust the electronic scales so that a piglet that is supposed to weigh 80 kg, when they weigh it, is about 60 kg. I'll tell you how I fixed this later in the video, so I'm sure you will be interested in knowing how that goes. Now, another thing I noticed was that when your farm is isolated from other farms, these bulk buyers, they try to beat your prices down, and they are in business. They would want to make their profits, and so you need to know your cost of production and then determine your break-even point so that you can tell at what price to sell your profits or not. So that's where record keeping comes into play again. Remember, it's one of the points in step 1. First, what do? You make sure that you secure your production, you secure your marketing channels. Immediately you start producing. Step number 2, ensure that you weigh your own animals so that when others come to weigh them, you know exactly what the weight of the animals are, so that if something is off, you can quickly catch it. You can pay attention and quickly catch it. Again, you need to follow step 3 very studiously so that you can have all you so that you don't have runs in your stock. Because in pig farming, profit is made per kilogram of weight. So any kilogram lost is profit lost. Now, a painful experience I had is summarized into this lesson. There are times that you may need to cut your losses, because any single day the pigs stay on your farm is money they eat out of your profit. Let me explain this just a bit because it's very important. Know the time period at which it doesn't make economic sense to raise your pigs on the farm anymore or to continue feeding them. On my farm, I know that the threshold is 6 months. So once it's 6 months, I have to sell the pigs whether they have attained the required weight or not, so that I can cut my losses and continue with my production cycles. So from step 4, I learned that profitable pig farming is not just breeding, it's not just feeding, it's not even just farm management practices, but it also involves a proper marketing strategy. You can do steps 1, 2, and 3 perfectly and lose out big time in step 4. So what solutions have I thought of? Number 1, I've thought of aggregating farmers within my area. That's a medium to long term goal. Number 2, I've thought of establishing a cooperative structure. But because my farm is isolated, that doesn't look like a very viable alternative for now. Number 3, something I'm looking closely at is a direct marketing approach where I would reach out to customers and families and then give them a proposition of cheaper pork because we are eliminating middlemen. This way I get to increase my own margins, and then the consumers get to reduce the cost of purchasing their pigs per kilo. I have thought of going to hotels and restaurants, but I need to effectively structure or master my production cycles such that every month I would have pigs on sale. Because if this is not sorted out, hotels and restaurants would not want to come to you to purchase, because if they got pigs from you this month and you couldn't supply next month, then they cannot continue with the tastes that they are giving their customers. Medium to long term, I am thinking of setting up pig farming joints myself, so a franchise sort of. Now this comes under value addition, so I may do smoked pork, I may process for sales, I may do special cuts, whatever they are. But remember, I am part-time, and so at a point I may have to employ people to do this, because once I add this to farming the pigs, it already becomes a very difficult thing for me and not very practical. So now I'll be producing based on demand. I will no more be scaling blindly or expanding blindly, but rather I would have a well-structured, staggered system where I am able to churn out pigs consistently per time. So I may decide that I have a quarter cycle where every quarter I have pigs that are ready for market. Right now I have increased the number of sows on my farm, and so it is easier to start these breeding cycles properly. So don't ignore step 4, because it protects your profit. Study your market before increasing your production. Keep or know your break-even point for your cost per pig. Never depend on one buyer category. And again, always protect yourself during weighing. I'm still a beginner, but I'm no longer naive, and I believe that is growth, because every mistake I make is data, and every loss is tuition to me. Every adjustment I make is progress, because we are in this for the long haul. Pig farming can be profitable, but only when production and marketing work together. And if you are to consider it as a business, then you have to fuse your production and your marketing. If you've experienced challenges marketing your pigs, I'd like you to share your experiences in the comments. Let's hang out there so that we can learn one from another and what you have done to resolve these issues. Once again, this is Aram from Ezra Pig Farms. Kindly subscribe. Peace.